Your grandparents would have told you never put all your eggs in one basket, and they were right, particularly when it comes to investing. Warren Ingram is certified financial planner. This is the Financial Freedom Pod. As with eggs, investments should also not be in one basket, Warren.
What you want to do when you're investing is to say, well, how many companies are there in the world that look like an Enron, that look like a Steinhoff, that actually implode entirely? What you want to do when you're investing is you want to avoid, let's call it the Russian roulette risk. You want to be in a position where you've got investments that are going to grow, but nothing that's going to get to the point where it blows up your entire financial position. And I think the only way I know to maybe I lack imagination, but the only way I know to do that is to take my few eggs, spread them across a few different baskets around the world and across different kinds of asset types. So when you're investing, make sure that not all of your money is invested in one country. Even if you believe America is the greatest investment market in the world, allocating all of your money to America creates the opportunity to miss out on India as a thriving economy, maybe for the next decade, and what happens in Japan if they're reforming themselves. So you want to be invested across many different geographies. At the same time, you don't want all of your money invested in shares. You want some exposure to property companies, to bonds, to cash, etc. Because by blending different kinds of assets, what happens is you get allocation to investments that might grow at different times. So when the stock market is falling apart, you might own some investments in bonds, and bonds might do well. Equally, that the only thing that might be holding your investments up at a point in time will be cash, because everything else is down. So making that spread decision is very key across different asset types, and then, as I said, across geographies. And don't be humble enough to say, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what the next best economy will be. And, allocating all your money to India because the guy said it on the podcast might be the worst thing to do. Allocating some money to India while you allocate more money to other countries may be a very good call. And that would be the one I would make.
And refer back to the FOMO episode. I think we're going to go back to that FOMO episode many, many times, because you've just got to look at something like Monster Energy drink, for example. $1,000 20 years ago is $2 million today. You go, if only I had done that. I must find the next Monster Energy drink, or the next Facebook, or the next Apple, or the next Netflix, or Google. Whatever the hottest thing is today is not going to be the hottest thing tomorrow. Of that, you can be absolutely certain. And the odds of you discovering it, Warren, are negligible.
And I think that, if you feel the temptation to chase today's winner, whether it's NVIDIA shares or the next crypto coin, doesn't matter what it is, we're not saying don't do it. What we're saying is take a little bit of money and allocate it to that, while you then have a spread of assets, and everything else that's available to you, so that you do participate in the ride, if there is a ride. If it blows up, which unfortunately will be more regular, then at least it's blowing up with a small portion of your money, and the boring stuff has continued to grow and will keep you on path to your financial freedom date.
What's the action we can take to really appreciate its power over time?
Do some reading online just to understand a bit more around diversification. The more you read about diversification, the more you'll understand that it's probably the best decision you'll ever make. And then secondly, review your portfolio of investments to make sure that you have some diversification.
Warren Ingram, who is a certified financial planner.